Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. I'm your host, Josh Frketic. Episode 73 still coming at you. Courthouse Case of the Week, located on brought to you by, the Courthouse Tavern, located on 310 Forbes Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. It's a crime to go
anywhere else.
Oh, Kevin Calhoun finishing my sentence. We've been together way too long.
Yeah, we got to stop doing this.
Calhoun, Barry, right next to me, and we're talking about the Vikings and the Steelers. The Steelers able to pick up a good 27-17 victory, and brought by the defense.
It really was.
Who would have thought that? Yeah. I wouldn't have thought it. What do you think about this? They're going to score 42 points apiece. This is going to be an amazing offensive shootout. Barry, what happened to the offense in this whole entire shindig?
I think the defense actually stepped up. They showed a stat during the game that they showed who gave up the most fourth quarter points. Minnesota was 30th in the league. Pittsburgh was dead last, giving up the most fourth quarter points.
Yeah.
So defense prevailed in this one.
I like it.
Yeah, one of the defenses had to step up. For the Steelers, that's what happened. Two defensive touchdowns. Yeah. Two defensive touchdowns late in the ball game. Lamar Woodley came up huge in this game. And you know what? The defense finally had to step up. I mean, that game against San Diego when they gave up 28 points in the fourth quarter was atrocious. They managed to win that game. But you know what? They played well. Favre did not look comfortable in the pocket.
And in
a game where
he looks like an old man.
Yeah, and in a game where Willie Parker didn't exist really, and Roethlisberger did not play his best game, the defense had to play big, and they did.
That's something I want to bring up now. Does that take the offense a step back now? Does that set the entire offensive unit back a little bit? They did not play well. There was not one instance really where everything was clicking as one cohesive unit, James.
Yeah. I think it does take it a little bit back because they played a great defense in Minnesota. But one thing that really stepped out to me was Max Starks on Jared Allen. Jared Allen had no sacks in the entire game. That's huge for the Steelers' offensive line.
Yeah, and one thing I was surprised to see is the Steelers didn't really pick on Winfield's replacement in this ballgame. Winfield didn't play, and Roethlisberger, aside from the play with Holmes, and Santonio made that play. It wasn't going to be a very big game, but Santonio ran it that far. A couple outside plays to Mendenhall off the right side looked good, but really the Steelers, like you said, they never really clicked into a rhythm in this game.
Now, they got the bye week coming up. This is a pretty big week for the Steelers. They have a chance for all those little bumps and minor bruises really to get healthy. What do you think that the Steelers have? One thing that they really, really need to work on, James?
One thing I think they need to work on is it's just like we've been talking about, consistency with the offense. It needs to remain consistent. Like Big Ben has to throw. We don't have to have Ben throw 300 yards every game and 3 touchdowns. We have to keep a good running game the whole time.
I'd like to see Randall get work on tackling.
Oh, man. That was
he
terrible.
Got steamrolled.
He got absolutely smacked.
Yeah, between him and Jeff Reed on the kickoff. But
that's another thing I want to bring up. We'll come back with the bye week thing for you. Jeff Reed, again, after the week that he had, you'd think that he'd come out and he kicked the ball well, but that tackle was atrocious.
Just a push.
If you want to call it a tackle, he
attempted tackle.
And you know what? And one of the announcers on Fox made a great point about the play. The kicker's job is to keep the returner from getting to the sideline. And Jeff Reed, he sidestepped it. He really did. He stepped out of the play. He made no attempt, and really Percy Arvin from there out had no problems.
To give Reed a little, no one made a great play on that kickoff.
Well, yeah.
But, he's the last
of all
line
the people,
of defense.
And of all the people on the Steelers team that needed to go out and prove himself this week, he didn't do it.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the bye week, Kevin. What do you think that this team needs to do throughout the bye week?
I think obviously get healthy. They have a few tough games coming out of the bye week. But really overall, I want to see the offense, like James said, work on consistency. I want to see the running game get a little better. Mendenhall had a huge week a few weeks ago. Parker hasn't really been there. They need to get Mwelde more involved a little bit more. He's got that speed off the outside. I'd like to see the running game get a little more enhanced.
Guys, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming in today. 2 segments, just a stellar job out of you two. You can follow